Good morning, good morning. We are good to go. Let me check the stream, making sure that we're all good. In a second. Yeah, I think we're all good to go. Yeah, we're all good to go. So, good morning. We're here on the New York Open. We're gonna be watching. Hold on, give me a second. Yeah, we're gonna be watching NQ. Good morning. Sorry, dude. I was fucking muted. I was muted for like the last minute. I'm over here talking to myself, but yeah, we're good to go. Um, we're gonna be watching this New York Open for an IB trade. I already marked out some POIs. You got Asia liquidity, New York lows. We got London high and London high. This London high was from yesterday, Tuesday. This is from last night, Wednesday. And now we're coming into, well, this is Wednesday, right? This is going to be the London Open from last night. Right now, waiting for the IB to be set. There's nothing in particular that I'm looking for right now. Just waiting to see what the IB has in store. We'll just have to wait and see. Right now, we got some supply backing the London high. We can take out these lows. We can look for a long up. I'm looking at the volume profile. It's not saying a whole lot. We got all this low volume note here at the Asia low. So we do come down, take this liquidity and create an IFEG. I will be looking to take an entry there. Talking about entries, let me pull up my broker. Yeah, I think we're good. There we go. Okay, perfect. Yeah, so just waiting here, seeing what the market has to offer. Lower time frame, not saying a whole lot, honestly. We just gotta wait and see what it does. Yeah, I'll probably keep it kind of short today with the New York Open. I just want to see what it does, and then from there on, crypto already went through some pairs already, and there just wasn't a whole lot that I was interested in. So this is actually the low was set in first. We'll see. This can change, because we still got 58 minutes until the IB gets put in. But yeah, so far it's been good. Yesterday, remember, we went over the trade I took here. Gonna look for some hopefully nasty trades. Okay, we're coming up pretty aggressively. Let's see. He did leave demand behind as well. What is this? 2-minute order block. Left this demand behind. Came into supply, straight pump into supply. Volume profile. So we came into this low volume node here. We took this liquidity. That was actually not tied to a session open or close, so pretty interesting. Took that liquidity, had to move higher. Yeah, nothing really worth trading in that environment. Did have this IFEG right here. Ooh, we can mark out. It's only a 30-second. It's a 1 minute actually. 2 minute, no. So we'll mark out this 1 minute IFEG. And we'll see if that offers anything. This is not something that I would limit, to be honest. Just wait for clear confirmations to enter a trade. What is this larger volume do? There's no volume here. No volume here. So we can come down, take this liquidity, and then have a move higher, take out the London lows all the way to this Asia high, which we never actually took, and then we got some supply POIs above. I'll mark this out over here. And then we have even more session liquidity above. We got New York high, and then we got a London high as well. Got this low volume note here as well, so keep that in mind. We can come up, reject, maybe take the supply or just a low volume note. Just gotta stay patient, see what the market wants to do. Some coffee. So we're getting some type of distribution up here. Actually just completed itself. No clear entry. Get that move lower. Again, you're watching the process. This is usually how my mornings go. New York open, just watch for the IB, staying patient till the 1 hour's up and marking POI, see how we can, trade this. And IBs are actually been pretty high probability as far as, them working. Gotta wait and see. Let's see. What I do see here is this IFEG, 30-second IFEG, which got mitigated there, pushed down. Well, we could have entered on something like this. Where do you target? You target like down here. Target this liquidity point. So something like this, like a 1.5 RR straight off the open. That would have been clean. But again, not really interested in something like this, to be honest. Because during the open, it's kind of a little bit more risk trying to take an IFEG entry like this, because it can go both ways. and I don't want to treat an IFVG as a setup pretty much. So if we get a reaction off this IFVG, I'm not looking to enter this honestly because of this right here. We flip this and then we'll probably create this higher time frame IFVG, this bigger IFVG, not higher time frame, same time frame. So we actually inversed it. Just wait, see for the close on this candle. See if we're able to flip it. The volume profile side. I'm not looking to take this regardless. Yeah, you would have been filled there and moved down. You could have actually taken something like this and then take it down to like the New York low. Say it's a forward test. Where's my indicator? There it is. Yeah, you got no volume down here. So let's delete this IB just because we did take the low. And you're coming into the low volume node. Or you can even target just this. Actually, I'd rather do the New York. New York usually acts like a liquidity magnet. Price gravitates towards that low. Let me move this a little bit closer together. IFVG mitigated here. Or also you could have just targeted this low for a 1RR, but say if we were in a live environment here, we would have taken this IFVG. This IFVG would have been valid just on the 32nd. Yeah, we're gonna take this liquidity for sure. Be really weird if price just, you know, bounces up from here. Yeah, there we go. Took the Asia low. So here you have a situation where you can get a move back up because we already took this liquidity, and then you don't have to take New York, so you can, you know, but I'd rather take New York and then we build something here, some type of maybe low time frame accumulation, something. Just wait and see. And then this could be a really good case study where on IFVGs like this, where, you know, you can go back and look, you know, we took Asia liquidity, but we didn't come down and actually take, you know, New York for reasons of maybe the market makers were already in a good position, you know what I mean? So it's just a matter of time and collecting as much data as possible and just fucking keep showing up, putting in the work every single day. Watching how NQ moves, because I really do feel like NQ could really be the wave here. Just for the reason that, you know, you get setups quite often, but the thing is about it too, for me, from a psychological point, is like I'm taking, you know, I'm used to taking, you know, a couple setups a week, you know, from like anywhere from like one setup to like 5 setups a week, and here on NQ, you know, you're probably taking those, you know, maybe shit like 3-4 setups a day. And you know, you multiply that by 5, you're taking like 25 trades per week. So to me, like, coming from a background of not trading a whole lot, it feels like I'm over trading, but in reality I'm not. That's just what the market is offering. So here, what we're actually looking at right now, we're getting a move up. So price took the Asia low, and then we're getting in a move up, which is pretty, just liquidity concepts, something pretty simple. See, we're gonna actually reject back down. So you're getting this inverse on the 32nd right here. Would I want to short this? No. Yeah, that's why. That's why I wouldn't want to short that. We got our answer. Are we getting, let me delete this. Are we getting some type of accumulation here? You gotta be very you gotta adapt real quickly. So we're getting some type of range here, maybe an accumulation range, or this could be our IB low. Maybe. You gotta be able to adapt real quickly, and do I feel like this is gonna work? Probably not. Again, remember we had our IFEG here. Entry was, again, we didn't take this, but this was a forward test. We're running something like that. A forward test pretty much just means like setting up a short position tool and just running it and seeing how it would look without actually entering a live position. It's just a way for me to kind of see what my entry would look like in this occasion. So yeah, we did get this IFEG here. Boom, 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 but we hit our target. Yes, we will. This low will not just, you know, the price is not going to reverse from here. It's going to take that low or in reverse. That's just simply how things have to be. Boom, that would have actually hit target. It's actually pretty cool. Boom, target hit 3RR. Took a little bit longer. By longer, I mean it took 7 minutes. Yeah, 7 minutes to make 3RR. And then we're coming into this low volume area. Yeah, so we took that New York low. Nice. And I'll see what price wants to do here. So let me delete this range. I'm gonna lock this out for now. We got our high here. This could potentially be our high of the New York session, or not New York, but as far as like IB. One thing that I have to say though, what I really like about this is just how fast these markets move. It just makes it easier rather than like whenever I would trade crypto, or whenever I'm still trading it, but whenever I'd be, you know, in crypto, I would have all my pre-planned scenarios and everything, you know, marked out to a T, but you know, I would miss a setup by shit, dude. I would miss a setup, and you know, it really fuck with me mentally, because fucking, I spent so much time pre-planning scenarios and building a case to short, and then I missed a setup, and now I have to wait, a couple days again to have it set up. Even then, like maybe like a couple weeks to even get a setup, which was kind of frustrating at times, because then you'd be like, fuck. Because again, I don't get paid to do technical analysis. I get paid on execution. I get paid on opening orders. That's what matters most importantly in these markets. Execution. Execution is so important. So right here, this would have been a little bit of a mental, like, how would I say, for lack of better words, like mental agony that you would go through whenever you see this push up coming back into your stop loss, and then you'd be like, oh fuck, I'm gonna sell it here for break even, then you're gonna move down. So something to just keep in mind. Just accept the risk, understand that whatever money you put up, it's gone, so just got to keep that in mind. And again, like, for the most part, I'm collecting data at the moment, so I'm not really too serious about making a whole lot of money in NQ right now. It's mostly just trying to get more familiar with the setups. I actually open up ES. Getting moved out on Bitcoin. Let me open up ES, see if we get any type of SMT. We actually took this high already. Oh no, sorry, no we didn't. It's gonna be the New York high. Yeah, so we already took this high, 836. Yeah, so we took this high already on ES. What I don't like about ES, sometimes the candles aren't as clean as NQ. NQ has very clean low time frame candles. Even on like the 1 second, you can see they're clean candles, dude. Look at that. Yeah, you got like the slow time frame accumulation going over that. This is like in the 1 second, dude. Something necessarily that you want to be too. Even going on the 3 minutes, like higher time frame. It's funny. More minutes for the open, for the IB to be set in, so see what we want to do here. Watch for something. Do you come here to any type of sort of supply? Nope. An aggressive move down. No IFVG. anywhere to be seen. Maybe like some low time frame distribution here. You go on the 1 second, you'll probably see some like low time frame distribution. It's gonna be a nice high. 1, 2, 3. Can inverse this. I'll actually look to take a short. So let's start creating an order limit. Swap up here. Do one lot, 2 lots. Interesting spot. I don't think I'm gonna take this, honestly. I'd rather just wait. I think I'm gonna wait. What would it have to go for now? Did we tap into? Oh, we actually tapped into a low volume now. We wouldn't have gotten filled either way. So I know I said I wasn't gonna take it, but I'll actually take it. So I'll limit this. Maybe we come back for it. That's a nice high. Interesting. Maybe we come back and take it, and then you build supply on the way. Damn, if I don't get filled, that's gonna suck. Maybe we get filled here. Or we won't. Yeah, this happens often. Price just doesn't want to come back up. It might inverse this bigger fair value gap. But I wanted this one high RR. Low volume note came into. You come into that low volume note, and then you're rejected down. You're getting them pushed down. And you came into low volume here, push down. So yeah, unfortunately, I don't think we're gonna get this fill. I'm gonna wait. There's no point in losing money. I'm not losing money on something that I'm not too certain in. Yeah, it's just not too clear to me, to be honest. We just got an IFEG, and we talked about this too, where I need to stop treating IFEGs as a setup. So we'll actually forward test this, and then we'll go back and look at, you know, if it was valid or not. So like, let's say we still had our limit here, stop loss above this. We're targeting this low, and we'll just see what happens. And just when the setups are not too clear to me, I'd rather just wait and let the market, you know, do its thing, and then, you know, we get something super obvious. Right? If it's not too obvious for me, and I'm kind of hesitating and hesitant on the idea, I'd rather just wait and just try to stay patient. You're getting very slow price action here. Yeah, I just never would have gotten filled, and I would have been waiting for a fill. You could have entered here on this candle closure, but that's just not how I do things. You know, in hindsight, yeah, okay, sure. So in hindsight, you could have been like, okay, I would have taken this on the candle closure, but there's been many occasions where if you do that, you'll just get trapped. You know, you have to wait for the retest of the IFVG. That's as simple as it is. Just gotta follow your process. 9 times out of 10, you would get trapped on something like this. But again, we're not trading the IFVG as a setup. So potentially this is our high. Say if we make a low. Still got 30 minutes left. Let's see if our target was correct. At least if we go to that low, that would make you feel a little bit better. It's going to be interesting to see how this plays out. It's insane. You literally have no volume here. Tapped into low volume now here. The IFVG is right on a low volume now, which is pretty crazy. And then here, I wouldn't like to, even if we get a pullback here back into the IFVG, I wouldn't like that. I feel like it's getting way too extended now. If this candle would have just pulled back into that and filled us, that would have been nice. Even this one, a little push in, dump. We sold here for 2 RR rather than 6 RR or 4, almost 5 RR entry. And the thing about that is, with like the IBs and stuff, there's different ways to trade them. You don't, there's not like, you know, the way I'm trading them is a little bit differently because I'm trying to get a very precise entry. And with precise entry comes like, with precise entry comes, you know, more risk of getting stopped out because I'm trying to make, you know, a bigger RR. So for example, like let's say this is your IB high and this is your low, people will, you know, sell this and do like a 1-1 RR. So something like this. So they would run something like this, right? Like this is your high, your invalidation, and then this is your target, the IB low, and they would run something like this. So it's like a easier way to trade it, but again, it just doesn't make you as much money as trying to get a very precise entry. So we're getting a push back up into that zone. So what we want to do here. Okay, so one of the guys just sent in the stats for the IB. So if the IB high gets formed first, so we stay in this scenario and this is a low, there's a 75% chance that we take this low once the hour's up. So 75% chance that we come back to this low. This is going to be our IB, right? So let me mark this out for y'all. It's going to be the IB low. 75% chance we come to this low after the hour's up, and we get this set up. Okay, and then if the IB gets formed first, so New York, so if we take the high, and this is our low, oh no, hold on, sorry. If we take the high, which was the low was formed first, so we take the high and then form a new low. No, that would be real shitty. So let's say, let's flip this, and if the low was formed first and the high second, then there's a 92% chance of taking the high, which is insane. IB high was formed first though, so just gotta wait to see what's going on in here, guys. Yeah, we're getting moved back into our so-called limit. And again, we just aren't able to get filled here. Holy. So 75% chance we take this low. This is going to be our setup for the IB. But if we take the high again and the low was formed first, there's a 93% chance of taking the high. Yeah, that's what I meant. That's what I was trying to say earlier. So we take the high again, there's a 93% chance of taking the high. Yeah, it's not saying a whole lot. Did get a SMT. This SMT. ES took this high and Q didn't. Be a confluence for this short. Yeah, just waiting. Waiting. Until something is abundantly clear to me. And ranging price action. We did get this IFEG on the 15-second. Target this low. Besides, I don't see a whole lot. I would prefer we stay in this range and we don't take the low or the high. We kind of come up, create a distribution here, something like this. Create a distribution in here and then we can take that lower. Yeah, preferably we stay in this chopping price action. If we do, I would actually take this. I would create another limit here. Because it just adds more confluence to us going lower. This would be the trade. So something like that. Next teasing. See what we're doing on a lower time frame. Maybe some type of accumulation where this is your range. Your range starting point is here. Much rather take the low. I'm gonna go back and back test these New York Open IFEG, see what the probability is on them actually working, and if it's something that I would be interested in, you know, taking a trade before New York opens and then New York getting that push down. Because what I like about this IFEG POI and the supply is the low volume note that it sits on. It literally sits right on that low volume note, which I like a lot. This right here, slow volume note. That's what I like about it. So we can range for the next 15 minutes, establish our IB, get a pushback into this IFEG dump lower. That would be nice. And then if we get stopped out here, simply we'll just look for something new. Right now, what I don't want is to take the low again. Because if we take the low again, we got, 10, like, where we'll have like a couple more minutes of, like, depending on what time, we'll just have to create something real fast as far as like another low to enter on to take a lower, but we'll just have to see. I think we will take that low. So IFEG could have definitely been valid if we would have gotten more of a push up, but unfortunately we didn't. The front run was criminal. I make a new low. I'm gonna close this limit. Low volume now at the lows. This low volume here. And we talked about the possibility of, or not during this stream, but I've talked about it before, where sometimes you get the IB being set in right at the 1 hour, and if that happens, there's clearly no trade for very obvious reasons. So let's say the low gets set in here, and then we get a little small move up, and then we take the low again. It's kind of like, what the fuck? There's no trade. Like, let's say this is our IB low, you get a little push up, and then, so that would have actually hit target. That would have hit target. Fortunately, we just, NQ didn't want it, and we're creating a new low right now. So we'll see if we get a move up, or we'll just keep going down. Yeah, very unfortunate. Getting some type of range here. I'll delete this IFEG and I'll only mark out the supply. Damn, Bitcoin's dropping. Got an alert. Damn. Damn, dude, this thing's fucking noogie. Dude, we just didn't get any shorts in here, bro, which is fucking unfortunate, bro. This right here, you know, there was some type of Model 2 here, but you came back up and took out all that liquidity, and then there was just, honestly, there just hasn't been any clear opportunities to trade and just try to short this. Anything that's worth trading, in my opinion. This has been very interesting trading environment. So we're getting some type of accumulation here. Maybe this or no. No, I fishing. Let me guess, you hit the low volume node. Yep. Came into the low volume here. Remember the low volume node we were talking about here? Now you're getting that aggressive move up. So we'll set the IV in 7 minutes. We got this low volume node here with that supply. Again, this shit, dude. This could be nice. Again, we have this IFEG here. But I would want to see another IFEG. I'm not limiting this. So this could be, you know, potentially high probability. If we tap this, we come into here, aggressive buys into here, and then we inverse that right here, and then we come back up, tap this, and then we get that move down. And then this is going to be our IFEG, for example. This. Potentially that could be very high probability, but we just got to wait and see. see how we come into this. IB is gonna get set in 3 minutes, so I'd much rather mitigate this, and during the IB, potentially we could have a trade here. Yeah, again, we got this little volume note here. So if we create this IFEG, I'll take this right here. We inverse this. Much rather us mitigate that supply though. We create a Bojan high, so nice little high formation right there. Take that all the way to the IB low. Be clean. So I'll set my stop loss above this. I'll do 3 contracts. And then we'll take profit at the low. This would be a nasty play. If we invert this. Gotta wait for this candle closure. Now we're gonna get a closure in 6, 5, 1. Nah. No, we just didn't get that closure. Let me delete this limit. I don't want to fuck this up. IB is getting set in, so I'll delete that line, and IB has been set in 43 seconds. So we can inverse this. Watching this inversion. Coming to supply, low volume now here. Gotta wait for this close. And this is invalidated if we take this high. It's game time. This is why I didn't set a limit here. I wanted to chill around this area, so let me look at my volume profile. Okay, we're at this low volume now. We're more into this discount area. Next POI is gonna be here. It's gonna be right there. That's gonna be our next target. We don't. So let's see what this does here. We invert this. I'll take this short. We swept all this liquidity. If we don't, we will just continue higher, and there's no confirmation for any short. See, we can inverse this. We have the low volume node here, so we can come up, take this, and then get that IFEG. Right now, this is just a regular inverse for a value gap. you have any supply? There. You have this, which is mitigated. 30 seconds, no order blocks. But we inverse this, I'll take it. I think we might have tapped into the low volume though, actually. Yeah, we did. Barely. Yeah, so again, like I said, if we inverse this, I'll take the trade. So I'll start creating an order limit down here. Stop loss goes above that. So with 3 contracts, I'll do 1 contract. They take profit down here. If we do get it, nope, doesn't look like we're gonna get it. Tapped into demand. Yeah, because I believe it's gonna become a demand order block. It came into the disband. Gonna push up. I don't think we'll get it. I'll delete this limit for right now. Low volume notes here, remember. Oh, we're just gonna move higher. We'll tap into that low volume node, see if we get any reactions. No, 30-second IFEG is not visible. Some type of distribution up here? Nope. What do you want in Q? What do you want? Got a lot of work to do to come down to this low. I just want an aggressive move up, trap longs, chill out a little bit, and then have that move down. We can try to take a short. So we're at the low volume now at the moment. Doesn't look like we're getting a reaction from it. Yeah, we just didn't get a reaction from it. Yeah, but you got another one up here that you just tapped into right now. So wait and see. Get this breaker structure, I'll take it. So something like this. TP all the way down here. Just gotta wait till. Or you could get this bigger distribution where this is your range. You left the man right here at the low. Yeah, we don't reject in this area. I think we'll just take out the high, honestly. Nice. We're getting a nice high. See how this forms. get this 1 minute break of structure, I'll take something. Nope. We deviated that high. What does Enki do? What is ES? ES on lower time frame. Some type of SMT. Yeah, some type of SMT here. We got this right here. So this is your IB high on ES and this is your low. So the high was formed first and then the low. So your low is a target on both of them. If we get this 1 minute break of structure, I'll take it. Something. So gotta just wait. Stop loss will go above this high. If we get this 1 minute break of structure. Gotta wait for that candle close. Okay, I'm gonna sell short right there. Could this stop me out? Sure. Do I care? No. I like this high, dude. That's a nice high. Validation is a Bojan high, so I like this. We'll see how it plays out. Does it have to? No. So if we inverse this, I'll look to close a position. If we inverse this. Yeah, we just gotta wait down. So we did get like a model 2 distribution up here. Yeah, if we inverse this, I'll look to close a position. I'm not gonna like that. It's gonna look more like a fake break rather than anything. Yeah, I wouldn't want this to get inversed. This could just be your lower high for a lower low. Yeah, simply we go higher. Unless we create something else, I wouldn't see a reason why we don't take the high. Just have liquidity. So on NQ you took this high. On ES you didn't, so you got some type of SMT here. You're getting some type of SMT here. Yeah. Yeah, there you go. Clean SMT. Just want to flush, honestly. Okay, time to pay attention. What is this session saying? Dude, we tapped into this. Tap into this low volume area. It's a nasty high. What do you want to do? Do you want to stop me out? Looks like you do want to stop me out, okay. Maybe we inverse this. No, I think it's just going for my stop. Yeah. So more like a fake break. Okay. Yeah, unless we get something crazy here, I'm not looking to enter anything else. Might just take out the high again. Interesting. Unless we get this like crazy inversion here. Oh, this will be an insane inversion. Yeah, like I said, like if I get stopped out here, I wouldn't see any other reason to come back and, you know, just take that low. Alright, sorry, take that high. And if we take this high, this is invalidated. Yeah, so we took the high. IB was invalidated. No worries. I mean, overall, I'm pretty happy with my execution and my overall thought process on taking this short. You know, either we dumped and we flushed down here, or just came up to take the high. And like I mentioned, unless I saw anything crazier here, then I wouldn't want to enter anything else. So just one trade. Just, you know, what I would like to note down is just take my thought process, note down my thought process, how calm I stayed throughout this, and you know exactly what I was looking for. We got an SMT, we came into supply, nice topping formation SMT with the ES. That's about it. That's what that's all it is, dude. So I'm gonna end the stream here. If we get anything else, I'll update it in the Discord. Besides that, that's gonna be about it. Till next time.